Hello YouTube land, it's Debbie from the Canadian Crocheter. Today is Monday, November 8th. I got it. Pardon the appearance, it's going to be one of those days. I just came back from walking the dogs with the hubby and it is cold out. So anyway, I thought I'd get on here real quick because it's been a little while since I've been on. I don't have a lot to show you, but it's not going to be a long episode. I figured I'd sit down and have coffee with you. I do have one finished object, and I have some happy mail and one little acquisition I want to share with you. Let's do the acquisition. I don't normally share my acquisitions like yarn and stuff like that because I don't want to be an enabler. But this is kind of yarny and kind of not. My next door neighbor and I went to a local craft store. Now there wasn't a craft fair. It wasn't anything big. It was at the local community center. It was, I want to say maybe 7 or 8 vendors. Yeah, and one of them happened to be a baker. I stocked up a lot on that, let me tell you. I think I gained 10 pounds just sniffing this stuff. But there was some woodworkers and some sewists and things like that. Oh, I did buy a bag. Oh, here it is. So I bought 2 things, actually. There were some quilts there. Oh my God, but a quilt is just not in my budget right now. And I completely understand why quilts are so expensive. The work involved is just phenomenal, right? So, but I did buy, I came across, so the lady that was selling the bakeware, she also knitted and crocheted stuff. And I saw these mittens. Now, she had adult ones and children ones. The adult ones, these are knitted. Did I say that? And I think this is like a honeycomb. And I don't know if you guys can see, it's orange with, so the inside is the camo, like camouflage material, which I love camo. Anyway, I saw them and I loved them. I actually loved the color she had in the adult sizes more than the children's ones, but they were just way too big. So I tried on these and they fit me except for the cuff. So I've been using them actually. So the cuff, I would like the cuff a little longer. So this whole part fits me really much better than the adult one. But I wonder if I could pick up stitches here and just add another inch or so just to get it more in my sleeve when I'm walking the dogs. Yeah, I also have to, I don't know if you remember from last year, I made a hand hat, which is essentially for walking the dog with the retractable leash. I've been looking for mine. I don't know where it is. I don't know where anything is. So I said I'm gonna make another one. But anyway, in the meantime, I needed a pair of mitts, and I saw these and I thought they were so adorable, and they're handmade by a local woman, and I love them. I love them so much. Like I said, I think I just needed a little longer here, whereas the adult one was like I had about that much room, and to me that's just gonna create my hands to be cold. I like mitts because the fingers keep each other warm as opposed to gloves. Anyway, I'm babbling. So yeah, it was that much bigger and I thought that's way too big. But the most shocking thing to me is she charged $8 for the child size and $10 for the adult size. Canadian, which is nothing. Nothing. I actually made a point of saying you're undercharging. But I love them. I love them so much. So they're great. That is my acquisition. And then the other thing, there was a lady who did a lot of sewing, or had a lot of stuff that she was sewing. I bought myself a project bag. Now, I can make my own project bags. Probably not as good as this one, but I can still make them. And but I wanted to support local. Anyway, it's blue butterflies, and she attached a stitch marker that had some blue stones on it, and it's just plain white inside, but it's really nicely made, and yeah, I love it. And she only charged like $15 Canadian for this. I told her too, you're undercharging. But anyway, so I bought that. Yeah, so those were my acquisitions. Started with acquisitions right off the bat. Oh yeah, oh what, I got this a while ago. I might as well show it to you. I ordered some tags I'm going to be making some bags. I've already used one that I'm shipped to for a bag that I'm shipping out. But I'm going to attach these to whatever my sewing things that I do. This was actually, so the process of this is I wanted cotton tags, 100% cotton, and I was struggling finding someone who deals with 100% cotton. So these are like, I guess the material is very much like a little thicker than flour sacks, but very similar to that. I did not want the polyester ones. I wanted 100% cotton, and I had to order it from the States. But she was fast, and who was she? Hold on a second. I think it's called Mayday Labels. Mayday Labels. Oh, this is a coupon. I didn't even notice that. So there's a coupon on here that I for my next purchase. Awesome. Anyway, she did a great job. I think I have to play with my logo. As you can see, I'm going to try to show you. The name is not coming up very well. Like I said, I'm still happy with them. I guess she should have emailed me back and said, hey, can we do something about this, instead of just going off and printing it. But at the end of the day, they weren't that expensive, which I don't remember how much I paid, but and she was quick. So I got them, and I ordered a whole whack of them. I want to say 25 or so. So they'll be going into whatever I sew, which I haven't had much time to do these days. So those are my acquisitions in the last little while. Although I will be having acquisitions, which I probably won't share. My birthday's coming up, and hubby asked me, what do you want for your birthday? I said, I want my credit card and 5 hours in Lens Mills. Lens Mills is a southwestern Ontario chain, and I don't even know what kind of store it is. I want to say it's like a discount store on steroids. They sell everything, everything. But what I like about them is they also they have a huge, and I mean huge, fabric section and a huge yarn section. Now, I want to say, I'm sure they have some current stuff, but their prices are unbeatable. Like, well, maybe not on yarn. Yarn is usually like a couple of seasons back. So yes, it's a good deal, but you are getting a couple of seasons back. I'm not that familiar with fabric, so I don't know if their fabric lines are brand new or what, but I find that their prices are better than the other fabric stores, especially quilting stores. So anyway, this coming weekend, we're going to drive to our friends who live near a Lens Mill store. We're going to spend the weekend there, and I'm just going to shop, shop, shop. That's my birthday gift. Anyway, looking forward to it, and looking forward to seeing our friends. Anyway, so I don't even know how I got on that. I'm so sorry. All right, I'm going to do Happy Mail first, okay? And then I'll do the last, I'll show you the one and only FO that I have. Okay, the first thing is, and I want to say thank you to Sue, but I actually don't know who Sue is. It just says Sue. There's no last name, no contact information, no return address. All I know is it's coming from Whitby, Ontario. So I got this beading book. Oh my goodness, I still am learning to bead. I find it very hard on the eyes, but I don't know what it is. I can sit and read this for hours and just look at all the beautiful pictures in this. So Sue, thank you. I don't know if you know, like, I'm sure you know, magazines are ridiculously expensive these days. So for you to go out of your way and purchase this and send it to me is just, I'm touched. Thank you very, very much. And even though I haven't tried anything in here, I've read it cover to cover, and I just look at the pictures, and I think it's beautiful. Beading is such a beautiful art form. I struggle with the eyes. I guess I should go see my eye doctor or get a big, what are they called? Those magnifiers, you know, so I can just direct it and so I can do stuff. But even that, there's a learning curve to using a magnifier. I don't know if it's just me, it could possibly be me. But even when you're using a magnifier, you have to get used to seeing your hand so big, and you're like, you think you're putting it towards wherever you want the needle, towards wherever you want it to go, but it's actually going somewhere else. I'm like, ah. Anyway, so there's a learning curve to magnifiers too. Anyway, she sent me this beautiful card, and she just signed it Sue. So Sue, thank you very much. If you want a personal thank you, I would love to send you an email, but I don't have your contact information. If you want to send me an email, my email address is down below. I thank you so much. If I never get to making anything as intricate as this, that's okay. I still love this magazine. Which is on a side note, I'm going to have to change my P.O. box again. So when we moved here, we're kind of in the middle of nowhere. So we were kind of like 45 minutes away from this town and 45 minutes away from this town. So when we first moved here, I thought, oh, okay, this little town has a grocery store, and I'll get a post office box there because I'm going to be going there often. But it turns out I'm going this direction more often. It's a bigger town. It has a few more things. It has things for hubby. So, you know, I could be in the grocery store. He can be in Canadian Tire. So I'm going this way much more often and not very often to the town where my P.O. box is. So now I'm going to have to switch that over. I think I'm going to do it this week or next week. Switch everything over. But I will change the P.O. box address down below when it does. Not that I'm asking for anything, but I know some people ask for my address. Side tangent, sorry. And then the other happy mail is Billie, the Crafty Floridian. Oh, this is the reason I'm doing this video today, because I don't really have a lot of FOs to show you. But I wanted to show this because I wanted to get into this before I wanted to show you before I get into it, and I really want to get into it. So Billie, if you don't know Billie, you really need to go check her out. She is fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. She's so huggable. Anyway, she's a sewist, among other things. She's a woman of many trades. She sent me 2 bags of scraps. Unbelievable. Now, let me tell these sewists. Look at this. This is not a scrap, Billie. Look at this. It might look like a scrap to you, but I can make something pretty decent out of this. This is not a scrap, but I so appreciate it. And I love getting scraps from others because it shows their interests. Like the bag that I got from Linda, I've just been playing with all the fabric and going, you know, it's just fabulous. You get a sense of their choices. Although I do believe Billie has received lots of fabric from others. Anyway, she sent me 2 bags of scraps. Amazing, amazing. I want to get into it so badly. I want to do some sewing today. I haven't had much time to craft, but today I'm making a point of spending some time in here. Anyway, the other thing that was in this bag is a dammit doll. Oh my god, I have the original crocheted one. Where did I put her? Oh, here she is. Hold on. So this is the original crocheted one. Isn't she fabulous? And then now I have a sewed one. And if you don't know what a dammit doll is, go check out Billie. I'll leave the link. But there's a little poem on the back. I love them so much. As a matter of fact, I'm buying one. I put in an order with Billie for a dear friend of mine. She's going to get one. She doesn't watch this, so it doesn't matter. But Billie sent me one. She said this one reminded her of me. I love it. I love it. There's little gnomes and flowers and bugs. I love it. Thank you, Billie, so much. I love her so much. She's going to take a prominent spot on my shelf with the other one. Aren't they fabulous? I just love them. Anyway, so those are all of my happy mail and my acquisitions and all the fun stuff. Now I'm going to talk about what I made. Now I've been working on a blanket, actually 2 blankets, I've got 2 hats. I've been trying to do, Gary at Urban Yarn is having a make-along, and you can do his knitted version of the Bush Tracker beanie, or Crystal at Bag O'Day has a crocheted version. I haven't tried the crocheted version yet, but I've seen other people, and I'm trying the knitted one. Gary, oh my goodness, I think it's because I'm just not a very good knitter, and I struggle, but I've got about that much done, and that took me like 5 hours. It's a herringbone stitch. The middle of the hat is a herringbone stitch, and so not only is it a learning curve for me, but I find it difficult to get the needle into the stitch, so I'm struggling. I will get it done, probably not by the time the email ends, but I will get it done. I am struggling with it though, and I think it's just because I am just not that good at knitting. But anyway, so I'm working on that. So I only have 1 item. Now, I saw this pattern, and it is called the Happy Scrappy Tunic by Jennifer Smith, and I believe it's a paid-for pattern. And as you can just see by the look of this, it screams Debbie, right? And so let's see what it looks like on. See? It looks so good on. I made one. Now, let's talk about this pattern. I love the design. I love the idea. But she only has 1 size, the size that she's wearing. So she leaves the rest for you to figure out, which is okay. I can figure it's just panels. It's not that hard. And she basically gives you the color sequence, which I followed her color sequence, not using the same colors. And it's using a number 4 worsted. So I had like Craft Smart and Bernat Premium and Red Heart. So I used all those, all different ones, and I came up with this. Is this the front or is this the back? Hold on. I think that's this way. So I made it. It looks really good. Excuse me. It looks really good on, or like done, right? Now, because it's number 4 worsted and you use a 5mm hook, it came out pretty stiff. Like, I mean, it's acrylic, it's like red heartish. So I washed it, and I did not block it. I guess maybe I could have. I don't know if it would make any difference. And I loved the design. I love the color choices. I love the concept. But I'm going to show you what I don't like about it. I'm going to change, and I'll be right back, and I'll show you. Okay, I'm back. Here it is. I'm going to stand back. I'm going to show you. And now, if I do make it again, I'm going to make it a different size. But here's the sweater. Okay, so what I don't like is this. Really don't like this. Now, I'm a fairly chesty woman. I don't want to draw attention to this area. I usually try to wear something that's a little more, I mean, not that I'm embarrassed or anything, but I just don't want to draw attention. Let me tell you, I know it draws attention because when I tried it on for hubby, he's like, whoa, hubba, hubba. So he likes it. But I don't particularly like it, and I don't like how this is. So I'm not exactly sure. I could play with it and see what I can figure out. But I guess if you're a smaller chested woman and it kind of just drapes down, I think it would work. So yeah, I made, like I said, I made her size, and she's obviously smaller than me because it fits her much looser, which is the look that I was going for. So I'd have to make it a little bigger to accommodate my bustiness. And yeah, but otherwise, it's a great idea, isn't it? I love it. And you guys know I love Scrappy anything, and I got to use some they weren't really scraps. They were just one-off skeins that I have left hanging around. So I figured I'd use them together. And it's very pastel or spring-like colors. So I do like it. But like I said, I would have to make some modifications because I don't like how it's fitting me. And like again, maybe if I made it bigger, it might actually fit better. But I really don't, like, who likes this? Maybe if you're not as chesty, it wouldn't do that. But even, I was looking at her pictures, and they're all like this, or like this. So you don't actually see that puckering, right? So, but anyway, it was a well-written pattern. I don't know how much I paid for it. And I love the design, but I think I'm going to have to muck around a little bit with the way it's constructed. So that's it. That's all I have for you. And it's already 20 minutes or so. That's good enough. I'm just kind of, like I said, I'm coming in. Okay, I'm going to have to work on this lighting business. Eh? I look like I'm half shadow. Sorry. Anyway, I hope everyone is going to have a wonderful week, and we will talk soon.